Hey guys, I'm bringing you a very exciting video today. It is the new palette from Natasha Denona, the Metropolis palette. I am so excited to finally have this one in my possession. So I own a handful of other Natasha Denona palettes which are back here in my background because I love them and use them so often. So I am so excited to give this one a try. This retails for $129. I purchased mine on the Mercari app for a discounted price. Mercari is a great app if you guys would like to sell things. You get a credit, you can spend it there, or you can cash it in for actual cash. I just use mine as like a bank to play with new makeup. So that's how I purchased my palette. So if you guys are curious to see swatches and a couple of looks using this palette, then just keep watching. Okay, so the package is like a blackened green. It's like a really deep blackened green. And then the actual package is the same color. It's similar to their older palettes. Their newer palettes are that hard plastic casing. Like the Tropic palette is that plastic casing. The Sunrise palette is that plastic casing. This is their original casing where it's like a thick, I want to say like a leathery type material. Well padded. Inside, of course, you have the large mirror and the sheet with all of the names on it. So what you guys really want to know is what this palette looks like and the swatches. So here are the shades in the palette. You get a variety of different finishes. It looks like you have 1, 2, 3 mattes. That's it. And then there's a handful of colors in here that look like they'd be satins. So not quite matte, not quite metallic. And then there's some metallics, and then there's some, looks like almost like pressed pigments here, these kind of like chunkier ones here, which are beautiful. So we will definitely play with some of those today. So let me start off with some swatches. So here are all of the shades swatched from the palette. There were too many to swatch on one arm. So my first impressions of these is that they are her standard quality. They're amazing shadows. This one here seems to be a duochrome. Some other ones surprised me, like this green one here. This metallic green actually has pink sparkle in it, which I was not expecting. And then this shade here reminds me of a shade that they have in the Sunrise palette. So that one might be like a dupe or one that you could find in another palette. Same with this one here. But otherwise, these don't look like shades that I have in my other palettes. I do not have the gold palette to compare kind of the browns and the camely tones. But I feel like you get a wide range of colors in here. There's no black, but you get a deep blue, a deep green. You get a deep kind of, I don't know, olivey brown here. So you have a lot that you can play with. So I'm going to wipe off the swatches and we will dive into trying these products on the eyes. Okay, so I don't know what look I'm going for, so we're just gonna kind of dive in and start playing. Now, really there's only a couple options for a matte crease color. We have this shade right here, which didn't show up very well on my skin. We've got this mustard yellow, or we have this kind of bright terracotta shade. And I don't think I want to go too terracotta this time around, so I guess I will start with Rope, which is this kind of camel color right here. Okay, so I really like her mattes. They blend so easily, they build so well, they're just so smooth. They're really, really good quality. So now is the tricky part because I need to decide which direction I want to go today. I think I want to play with this duochrome shade here, so I think I need to go the green route. So I'm going to dip into Lethal, this like kind of satin matte green shade, and kind of put that in the lower crease area. Then I'm going to go in with a kind of like a smaller dome brush, and I'm going to go into Troop, the second shade right here on the outer corner. So I'm going to grab a flat brush and go into the third shade, which is Orium, this duochrome one right here. And sometimes these apply best with the finger, but we'll try with the brush first. This is going to apply best with the finger. Can you guys see that shine? Wow. That's really pretty. I'm just going to go back in with that deep olive green shade on the outer corner here. Then I'm going to go back into the original crease shade and just kind of blend out the edges. Okay, I love this. So I'm going to stop right there. I'm going to finish my face makeup and we'll be back to finish up the lower lash line and talk about my thoughts on this palette. Okay, so the face makeup is on, so now it's time to finish up the lower lash line. I'm going to go in and kind of mirror the same colors I did on top. I'm going to start with the light brown, go into the olivey shade, and then the deep olive. And I did add a touch of this kind of like tealy pink shade off camera to the outer part of my lid just to make it a little bit more teal and less olive. Then with a small brush, I'm going to go into Queen, this pearly shade over here, and highlight the inner corner and the brow bone. The shade has a slight like pink gold to it. It's quite pretty. Alright, so that completes the eyeshadow, so let me pop on some mascara and I'll be back to talk about what I think of the shades I've tried so far from this beautiful palette. Okay, so this is the finished eye look. I love the way it turned out, and when I want super dramatic lashes, I will use LA Girl's Lash Fiber Mascara. It is a beast to remove, but if you want super dramatic longer looking lashes, then this is what I use. It looks great from afar, but up close you can definitely see the fibers and it looks like little hairs on your lashes, but from afar it looks like I'm wearing falsies, so that's what I use when I'm looking for a super dramatic false lash look. So let me give you my thoughts on this palette. Is this palette worth the $129 price tag? If you are a lover of makeup and a lover of beauty and really want a high quality shadow palette, yes. If you are a beginner and just starting out, I would say start with something affordable at the drugstore and work your way up to something like this. It is beautiful. The quality is amazing. So yes, I would say it's worth it if you are one of those people that treasure and value high quality cosmetics. Now, with that being said, I do have a couple of critiques about this palette. I don't think that you need 2 matte blues in here. These are the shades next to each other. They're very, very similar. You can barely see a difference. So I probably would have replaced one of these with like a purple brown, a black brown, a black gray even. I don't think you need almost 2 identical blues in one palette. I just don't think that there's a need for it. Otherwise, I love the shade selection in here. I love that you can get like fall colors. I love that you can do a bridal makeup with kind of this row right here. I like that you can kind of get bold and fun with the teal and the blue. You can really get creative and expressive with this palette. I like the combination of mattes and duochromes and shimmers. It's a really, really nice palette. I like this one more than her other large palettes, the purple blue and the green brown. I feel like there are so many more looks you can get with this palette than with the others because those shades don't have very much variety. There's a lot of variety in this palette. So I think that this is probably one of my favorites of hers as of right now. But I will continue to play with this and put looks that I've come up with at the very end of the video so you can kind of see what other looks you can create using this palette. Hope you guys enjoyed this video and seeing swatches. If you did, remember to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and as always, I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.